Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Stephen Jarvis and Friends podcast. Today, I have a special guest, host of Bucket of Chum, everywhere where you can hear your shark news, including the best shark movies ever made. Here is Steve. But before we get to that, I want to say thank you to all the loyal subscribers, the fans that have helped make this channel as big as it is. Granted, we're not as big as we want to be, but you know what? You guys keep us going. Thank you so very much, and I hope you all enjoy this. So, Steve, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you so much for having me. It's so good to be here.
Welcome. Thank you for saying you want to come on. I mean, not many people will.
Oh man, no, I've watched a few of your episodes, man. I think it's great. And yeah, you know what? I'm not as big as I want to be either, but it takes time, right? So
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Oh, definitely. I mean, heck, my buddies from Talking Shit, they just reached 1,000 subscribers and they've been barely doing it for that long. But you know what? I'm very proud of them. Proud of anyone that makes it, and puts in that grind, that dedication. But you know what, Steve? Would you like to tell our lovely audience what we're doing today?
Yeah, so we're gonna talk and debate about our top 5 shark movies.
Ooh, this is scary. This is more scary than Jaws the Revenge, if you can believe that.
I don't know. That's pretty scary.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we're not doing top 5 worst, because I think that one would hit one.
I have one that's worse than that.
I mean, the Sharknadoes too,
See, I actually enjoy those. One of the worst shark movies I've ever seen is The Shark Exorcist. Absolutely terrible. Don't watch it. There's even like a 10-minute after credit scene. But there is a sequel coming out this year, so maybe all of my questions will be answered.
So, this is how we usually do things for anyone that hasn't seen the videos when I have guests on and we do a top 5 or top 10. I let the guests go first. They tell us what their first one is, and then we go down the line. Hopefully you all stay for the whole show. If not, I'm sorry I put you to sleep. So, number 5. We'll go that way.
Okay, so number 5. So my list is like an ever rotating list as I watch more of these movies, and not all of them are super serious. So right in at number 5, I'm coming in with 2015's Robo Shark. Right
Good
off the
God.
bat, it's like one thing that I really look for in a lot of these movies is they don't have to be serious, because a lot of them with the plots and like the people making them, like you can't take it seriously, because if you do, it's just not going to turn out good. So like with Robo Shark, like it just felt like everybody was having fun. So like that kind of translated to me having fun. So that's why I really enjoy it. Is it a good movie? No. I could hardly recommend it to a lot of people, but I mean, hell, when I watch it, I have a fucking blast. So yeah.
So like the shark, like half Peter Weller, half RoboCop type deal, or I've never even heard of that one.
Yeah, so like right off the bat, this alien ship is in outer space, shoots down a probe into the ocean. It hits a shark. The shark just like disintegrates and then turns into a robot. So now it's a robo alien shark, I guess. Yeah, it's complete fucking nonsense. I'm not gonna lie, it's nonsense, but I mean, it's fun nonsense.
Oh, I bet. I gotta zoom. There we go. Now we look a little bit better. God, that movie, just the way you described it, it's just like it's kind of like how the Godzilla movies eventually got worse.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good way of describing it. Yeah, it's like that would be like the next evolution if the Godzilla movies had just kept going the way they were. Yeah.
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 Granted, the newer ones haven't been so bad.
No, I've been enjoying the newer ones actually too. They've actually been a lot of fun. So I can't wait till the next one comes out.
Definitely. So my number 5, believe it or not, is Cruel Jaws.
Nice.
They literally interpreted it to the people, to the fans that they thought were stupid, that it was the fifth Jaws movie. Not so.
Yeah.
Cruel Jaws has nothing to do with Jaws except for it's got the word Jaws in it. It kind of rips off a little bit of their first Jaws story, and it's just hot garbage.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful mess. I have the Severin release, and it actually says Jaws 5 on the slipcover of it.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure like they even lifted footage from Jaws and Jaws 2, like just like some of the stock footage, like little snippets of it here and there. But yeah, it's a beautiful mess. Yeah, that's definitely a good one. I love that movie.
It is bad. It's kind of like that girl that you dated back in high school, and then you didn't end on good terms, but later on she calls you because you're both single, and she's like, "Hey, you want to get back together?" It's like, no.
Yeah.
That's Cruel Jaws.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 4 to you.
Okay, so another ridiculous one, but still near and dear to me is called Ghost Shark from 2013. So Ghost Shark
Lord.
is about the shark that these people are hunting sharks at night for like a contest, like a fishing contest or something, and it swims into like this Native American cave and it dies, and then it's like reincarnated as like a ghost shark or something, and then it starts attacking people. But it can only attack where there's water, but that includes like it can go into pipes, like buckets of water, like it'll just snap out of there. It's complete nonsense, but like it's filmed really nice. Like it actually looks really good. And like the acting was pretty decent. And even the effects were not horrible. Like this movie, it didn't have any business being as good as it was. Like it should have just been like a complete crapshoot. And it actually turned out pretty decent. So
Kind of
yeah.
like an Asylum movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of like that. Like when an Asylum movie turns out good, like that rare occasion where you're like, that's weird. Why is this good? No, this shouldn't be happening. You're just very confused about it.
God. I wonder if, like, in Hollywood, they're like, well, we made a robot shark. Soon, well, now I guess there's supposed to be like some meth shark or something from the same people, I guess, that did Cocaine Bear or whatever, Grizzly Cocaine or whatever it was called.
Oh yeah, so there's a knockoff movie that just came out. I watched it called Cocaine Shark. They had already had this movie made, and then Cocaine Bear came out, and then they're like, "Hey, if we throw Cocaine Shark on this, it'll get views." And of course it will. I watched it, but
like, what the fuck is the shark supposed to do? Just sit there and go?
Oh, there's not. I'm positive there's not even any cocaine in the movie whatsoever. Like there's drugs in the movie, but it is not cocaine, and like they are not cocaine sharks. They're like half sharks, half like crab like creatures. It's nonsense.
Good God.
Yeah.
Right. I'm waiting for them to make like Grizzly Shark.
Oh my God, I'm waiting. Yeah, half bear, half sharks or something. I'm surprised it hasn't been done already. To be honest, like
yeah.
Coming in 2024, Grizzly Shark.
From the people that brought you Grizzly and Jaws.
Yeah.
The ripoffs are now making themselves.
Yeah.
But I mean, Grizzly was a good ripoff of Jaws.
Oh yeah, Grizzly
that was one of the more successful ones. That and Piranha.
Yeah, Piranha was a good time too.
Yeah. All right, my number 4. Oof. Well, I don't know how you could do any better than. Well, I know what you can do. Deep Blue Sea.
Nice. Yeah, Deep Blue Sea is on my list as well. I mean, it's a classic. Like it's so good. And it's kind of funny though, because like it's viewed as such a classic, but like when you really look at the movie, like it is fucking ridiculous and like just so nonsensical, but like it's so much fun. It's such a blast.
Survives a shark, and then first he survived Michael Myers, then he survived a shark.
Yeah, that's a pretty good fucking resume.
At least they say.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, at least they didn't put Buster Rhymes in there, because then he'd have to karate kick the shark.
Well, yeah, they would have had to have boxed, of course, right? It would have been just a boxing match.
But yeah, I think it's great though. What they tried to do with Deep Blue Sea, the first one at least, was it. I mean, it was really good. You know, you got sharks that are pretty much made smarter, and they're being genetically altered to a state where they're not stupid. They can open up doors. And it's just like you'd look at that and be like, a shark shouldn't be able to fucking do that. And it's like, yep, this one can.
Yeah, it kind of
Um,
unlocks like some new fears for people, probably.
oh, definitely. So that's my number 4. Number 3 to you.
Number 3. So yeah, my number 3 is actually The Shallows. I can't remember what year. I believe
Ooh.
it's like 2018, 2017, something like that, with Blake Lively.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of people shit on that movie, and they're like, "Oh, it's not realistic." And I'm just like, "Listen, there's no shark movie that's like realistic to how
No.
sharks behave and whatnot." So like that argument, I can't even acknowledge that as a valid argument. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of nonsense that happens. I'm like, there's a lot of nonsense that happens in a lot of movies. But hey, I mean, it's Blake Lively in a bikini for an hour and a half. The effects were really good. Like there was a lot of tension in the movie. It kept me gripped the whole time, and it's something like I'll throw on like any time of the day. Like it's just a good, fun watch.
Yeah. That I haven't seen that one, but everyone keeps telling me it's a great movie.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out, I think. I mean, it's got a good story. It's almost like a one room kind of situation because
Yeah.
she's like kind of trapped on a rock. So like there's that aspect of it, which is pretty cool. Um, yeah, I don't know. It actually did feel like a fresh take on a shark movie within like major Hollywood cinema.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oof. Well, I have to say my number 3, and I think a lot of people are going to roll their eyes, but I'm going to say Open Water.
Oh, Open Water is great. That's so good.
Just how they made that movie, and of course at the end when she just takes off the, I don't know if it's the scuba tank or whatever, and just dies at
Yeah.
the end, pretty much is like, well, I know I'm going to die, so might as well just take it off.
Yeah, like it's so that movie's actually like really haunting, and like when they intermix like the real shark footage with like the real actors and whatnot, like it looks really good, and like it actually builds up some very good tension.
Well, definitely in that, and you find out the husband's been dead for most of the movie.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah, that one was really, really well done. And I think it's often overlooked in a lot of major circles too, which is a shame because it is actually a really good movie.
Oh, definitely. I mean, heck, you know, shark movies are really hard to reciprocate what Jaws did.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I mean, that people are always saying, I'm surprised they haven't remade the movie yet. And it's like, I don't think you can. I mean, they kind of
No.
did with Meg in a way.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, like I don't think you could ever do a straight up remake of Jaws. It's just one of those things that you can't touch. It'd be like remaking like Citizen Kane or Casablanca or something. Like it just I like they're just they take place in like a certain period of time, and like the way they were done, like you can't capture that again. Like there were just you can't do it. Like keep making shark movies, I'm all for it, but like don't remake Jaws. You can't
No.
do it.
Uh, number 2 to you, man.
So yeah, my number 2 is actually Deep Blue Sea as well.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, yeah, we talked about it, but like it's just so good. It's so much fun. Um, and I mean, yeah, it's a little bit silly. And I mean, but it does have one of the best cinematic moments in history when Sam Jackson is giving his speech and that shark comes up and snatches him. Like that is amazing. Like that is just so good. Like that's a scene that everybody still talks about, right? It's like the Sixth Sense. Like I see dead people. People still talk about that. Same thing with that scene. Like people still talk about that, and it's still so good. Like you still watch it to this day, and it's funny, but it's also like it literally just comes out of fucking nowhere too. Like I remember when I first watched it, I did not see that coming. I was like, damn, like that's a big name to be killing like at this point in the movie. So yeah.
Well, I mean, you could even look at Scream when they did that to Drew Barrymore. You know,
Yeah.
on front and center on every freaking poster they made that of that movie, and yet she's the first one to die. It's like, damn. But I mean, it was smart in the way that they did that because it says, well, if this famous star gets killed earlier in the film, what's going to happen next? So it set up what it was trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like nobody is safe, and so you don't know who's gonna get killed off. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Number two to me, well, a lot of people that know me will know that I do like sequels to shark movies, and I gotta go Jaws too. I know it. I know people don't like it, but for sequel wise, that is probably the best sequel they made in that whole four movie thing.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. I love Jaws too. It's not on my list just because I didn't want to. I only wanted like one movie from a franchise, but Jaws 2 is so good. I was rewatching it the other night and I'm like, I don't know why people hate on this movie. Like, this is a good movie. Like, for a sequel to Jaws, like, which was hard enough to do, and then to come out with Jaws 2, I'm like, that was awesome. Like, it was so well done. And I found like certain parts of it to be like a little bit more terrifying than even the first one.
Yeah. I mean, heck, you know, Jaws 2 missed a lot of good key aspects of the first one. But like they said, you wouldn't be able to hide the shark as much as they did in the first one.
No,
So
for
the
sure.
shark
Because,
was always going to have to be there.
yeah.
Um and Roy Scheider again, one of the best protagonists as Chief Brody, loses his job half or near halfway through the film because he's telling these people, hey, this is a shark. I know it's a shark. You know it's a shark, but you're going to deny it just like you denied it the year before. And when he has that final confrontation and he shoves the fucking power line in its mouth,
Yeah.
that was badass.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. And like, yeah, when he's slapping on it with the oar to get the shark to come towards him. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, that whole final battle was really well done, actually. I really like that.
Especially when the shark takes the fucking sea helicopter down.
Oh my god, yeah, that was amazing.
It's like, really, dude? You don't think a shark's gonna do that?
Yeah.
Geez, I wonder why these people are stranded out here and can't get away.
Because everybody's stupid.
Yeah. Oh, and then of course that one girl that gets killed trying to save Sean.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh man.
Man, that kid is gonna need so much therapy when he's older.
Well, that's why
Oh.
in Jaws 3D he never really wants to go in the water because of
Oh
what
yeah,
happened.
that's right. Yeah.
And Jaws 3D was a great one too. I mean,
I love all the Jaws movies for what they are.
yeah.
Yes, 3 and 4 are stupid and ridiculous and whatever, but I mean, they're fun.
Well,
So,
with Jaws 3D, the reason why I give Jaws 3D a more of a pass than I do with The Revenge is because it was something new. 3D wasn't in vogue like it is today.
yeah, that's true.
And I mean, it wasn't a bad storyline. It's just you thought that Roy Scheider was going to come back. And that's the one thing that didn't happen because he was tired of doing. He didn't even want to come back for two. I mean, hell, he got into a fist fight with the director
Yeah.
because him and the director couldn't see eye to eye.
Yeah. No, but you're right. Jaws 3, the storyline for Jaws 3 is really fucking good. Like the shark being within a water park and everything, and like they didn't know it was there. Like that's really fucking cool. I mean, yeah, it probably could have been executed a little bit better, but
Yeah,
no, but yeah, it's still a fun watch. You know, I still enjoy the shitty glass breaking. It's bad. It's
yeah,
really
it is.
fucking bad, but
It
like
is.
I look forward to it when I'm watching it. So
I love near the end of it when the shark's coming towards them and just the look on Dennis Quaid's face. It's like his eyes are about ready to pop out.
yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah, oh, it's so good.
Number one to you, man.
Well, number one, I mean, it's probably obvious, but it's Jaws. I mean, I just you can't beat that. I mean, I remember watching that when I was a kid, and I was terrified to swim in lakes for the longest time. And um, I watched it at the drive-in a few years ago, which was amazing. But I mean, it's just one of those movies I've like ever since I saw it as a kid, it's always stuck with me. So it's always going to be number one on like this list for the most part. Two or three of them are probably always on there, but Jaws is always, always, always on there, always at number one. I mean, it's just it's kind of reminds me of Alien in a way where like you don't see the creature for so long, and even though that's because of, you know, behind the scenes stuff and whatnot, it
Yeah.
actually works for the movie so well and it builds up so much tension. So it's one of those things where like it could have turned out to be like not a great movie, but it turned out to be so much better than what they probably had in mind. So I think that's
Oh,
amazing.
definitely. And I hate to do this because, like I said before, it's a rule. I don't like to mix franchises, but I got to go Jaws 1 for my number one as well because you will never, like, yeah, we got Megalodon and all that, or Meg now, but still, I mean, it could have been a completely different movie had that shark worked most of the time.
Yeah.
But what had built that suspense was when you hear that song.
Yes. Yeah.
That
That
dun,
score is incredible. It's so
dun.
simple and amazing.
Oh, it kind of reminds me of like Halloween score. How it's just
Yeah.
so simple and oop, we got a comment from or not a comment from Lisa, but we got a shark thing.
Oh, that's my girlfriend. Hi,
Oh,
Lisa.
hi Lisa. Don't worry, I'm not gonna keep your boyfriend very long. Um no, it was just a shock. And I could only imagine how people were in the theaters seeing it for the very first time. I wish that they would re-release that movie in theaters just so you can go see it.
Yeah.
Like what they did with the original Halloween. And I went and seen that one in theaters once they re-released it, 2018 when it was the 40th anniversary of it.
Right. Yeah.
And boy was it better. Like
Yeah.
I love watching them on because I bought all of them, but I love watching them in the theater better because it's like
Oh, yeah.
the surround sound alone.
Yeah,
And
the whole experience, like if you're in a good theater experience, like as long as you don't have too many people kind of ruining it,
mhm,
that's kind of the problem I have with the theaters around in my area. Like it's so rare I actually have like a good theater experience anymore just because of the people that go to these movies. Like they just go there, they make a bunch of noise, and I'm like, do you know how expensive movie tickets are
yeah.
now? Like, watch the fucking movie. Like, come on.
Oh,
But yeah, no, I
I
agree
hate
though.
how it's become.
Yeah.
And but like we have me and my wife, we have an Imagine movie theater near next pretty close to us. And they have it's kind of like IMAX, but they call it EMAX
Okay.
because they spell imagine with an E instead of an I.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
See, now if John Lennon would have done that, that song would have been the best in the world.
Yeah.
But no,
This close.
yeah, I went and seen that the last Jurassic World for that EMAX thing. Oh my god, was that amazing.
Oh yeah.
I told my wife, I'm like, next time we see a film, we have to see an EMAX. That it's ruined regular screens for me
Oh really, eh?
because they just crank that fucking volume, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Hey, 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 Jordan, how are you doing today?
Woo, Jordan.
I feel bad. It's more people that are coming from your channel probably than mine.
I mean, hey, now more people know about your channel, right? So
I mean, hey, yeah, hey, there's a little banner underneath there. If you guys could subscribe,
yeah, there we go.
I, I, I had an interview with uh, the Night Watch Zone with Knight Taylor,
Okay.
and just the amount of subscribers I got off that was just like, wow.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
All right, so yeah, Jaws my number one. Jaws is it's so weird having another Steve and Steven here. That's Bad CGI shark.
Yeah, that's another one that it was almost on the list, Jordan. All right, I'm sorry. As I said, this list is ever rotating.
Yeah.
I mean, if I rewatch Bad CGI Sharks tonight, yeah, it probably might just make it back onto the list. But I mean, there's also
God.
just so many. There's just so many.
But I do have to say, at least all 4 movies of the Jaws franchise are better than Titanic.
Yeah, I can get on board with that.
Good God.
Yeah.
My wife is like, oh, that's such a great movie. I'm like, they could have taken out the love scene, just had that motherfucker sink. And she's
Yeah,
like, but that would have been such a short movie. And I'm like, good.
yeah. When they had it on like the double VHS, you just pop in the second VHS and you're good. That's all you need to see.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I spent 3 hours watching fucking Rose and fucking Jack. Oh, I love you. Oh, I don't love you.
Yeah.
Oh, my fiance beats me. Not that we're making fun of stuff like that happen in real life, but
No,
I
but
mean,
yeah, we didn't need it in the movie.
yeah.
Just die, ship.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to see. I just wanted to see the ship hit the iceberg or then sink. Like, that's it.
I'm waiting for them to make like a Jaw or a shark movie where they're on the Titanic, but a shark is the reason why.
That would be amazing. I would watch the shit out of that.
There's actually people, I shit you not, and it was on Week, I think last year or the year before, that honestly think Megalodon had a part in the Titanic sinking.
Oh god. Was it more flat earthers? I mean, they all just seem to kind of go hand in hand.
Sand Shark was a laugh. I don't know about Sand Shark, but when they used to do the shark on SNL back in the day, Land Shark, I think it was.
Oh my god, yes.
That was funny as hell.
That was good, yeah. No, yeah, Sand Sharks was a good movie too. It was they sort of had a sequel with Avalanche Sharks, I think, but yeah, they were a good laugh.
Sharks that survive in the snow, because that's realistic.
Yep, and they also have Ice Sharks, which is like a completely different movie.
The funniest thing when I watched Jaws: The Revenge is how they portrayed it as a shark actually has feelings. And
oh yeah, and it's psychic.
yeah, and is going after this family.
Yeah.
It's like, good God. I thought Halloween 2 was bad with saying that it's his sister, but at the same time, it's like you watch that, and of course they're saying, well, a shark can't be in the Caribbean. That would never happen. It's like, then how the fuck is this one surviving?
Yeah. And at the end of the movie, where they poke it with a boat and it explodes, and it's like, what?
And you can tell it's a fucking model.
Oh, yeah, you could tell it's a model. And then the shot of it going into the water is the same shot from Jaws. They just took that shot and used it. I'm just like, really? I'm like, why did it explode? I'm like, last time I checked, again, I am not a marine biologist, but the last time I checked, if you poke a shark, it doesn't explode.
No.
Even with
or
a boat.
make a roaring noise.
Oh god. That's one of my pet peeves in a lot of movies that I watch is they'll give the shark noises. Mm-hmm. And it's just so off-putting. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I know they don't make that noise, but there's so many times where it's like, I'm like, no, stop.
Well, the funny thing with the first Jaws movie, the reason why it makes that weird noise at the end after it's killed was because they took it from Duel.
Oh, really?
Yep, where the semi-truck goes over at the end.
Right.
And all that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Damn,
but then once I looked it up, because I did Jaws for Buzzsprout on my pre-recorded content, and I read that and I was like, really? And Duel, another great movie.
Oh, such a good movie.
But it's funny because they asked him, so why 4-letter words for your first couple movies? And he's like, because Jaws and Duel, they worked.
Yeah.
I mean, Jaws was could you imagine had Jaws never seen the theaters? Steven Spielberg would have been lynched.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we wouldn't have gotten like Close and no, I think he did Close Encounters first, didn't he? Either way, like we wouldn't have gotten so many great movies from him. Like, it's, yeah, if Jaws had been a failure, like, yeah, that would have been. I think the Hollywood would have been really different than what it is today. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know
because that
exactly
was the
how,
first
but
blockbuster
yeah,
summer movie, wasn't it?
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. So yeah, that's one thing right there. The summer blockbuster.
Yeah. I mean, you'd never get E.T.,
Nope.
which that's another story for a different day, but um,
That's a childhood favorite of mine too.
who is your favorite character in the Jaws films?
Ah, favorite character. I think I'm gonna have to say Quint.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah, he's just, I mean, he is like, he is a character, right? So like
Yeah.
there's just, yeah, just every time
Robert
he's on
Shaw,
screen.
man.
Yeah.
Uh,
God,
he
take me
was
too
great.
young.
Yep.
And I
Yeah,
actually just learned today, the same year that Jaws came out, 1975, one of his novels was turned into a movie and came out the same year.
really.
Yeah, it was something in the glass booth or something like that. And yeah, it sounded like a pretty wild movie actually. And I didn't even know he was an author. He'd written like 6 or 5 books. He was working on a sixth one when he died. Like,
Well, he came up through theater. And that's why him and fucking Dreyfus didn't get along because
yeah,
Dreyfus came through right not pay in Shaw's eyes, he felt like Dreyfus didn't pay his dues.
yeah,
And it's just like, good God. It's the biggest dick measuring contest between them two, the whole movie.
yeah,
But my favorite part of that whole movie is the speech.
yeah,
Because the way no one in history knew that because it was such a secretive mission that once he said that there was veterans that were on that ship in World War II coming up to him and thanking him, pretty much crying, thanking him because it had
yeah.
never been known until then.
Yeah, that's so true. I forgot to take that into consideration in 1975, but a lot of people didn't know about that. So yeah. Yeah, and like, oh, and that speech was just beautiful. So good.
And the funny thing is, he asked Steven Spielberg, he's like, "Do you want me to do this sober or drunk?" And you can't tell that no one can what part's drunk and what part's sober.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of, I'm sure people kind of could in a way because, I mean, he gets belligerent when they're talking about their scars and shit.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
kind of like that their off camera relationship definitely helped played with their on camera relationship, having like this battling of egos basically. Like, so I think actually like kind of the off screen drama maybe even kind of helped the movie a little bit.
oh, Quint hated Hooper. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So, why a bucket of chum for a podcast or for the name?
Yeah, I think I had like 3 names written down, and one of them was like the Last Shark podcast because there
No,
was a
I'm
movie
trying to
called
do
The Last
filler here.
Shark.
Am I still here or am I kind of being weird?
You're there now. It is kind of lagging a bit. I think we might be caught up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my wife's home. But yeah, I mean, and my wife. Oh, I think what it is yeah, my internet's being stupid. I gotta let
okay.
her in before she gets mad at me.
Okay.
But yeah, sorry about that. My internet's kind of stupid. I
Yeah,
should
no
probably plug
worries.
it in right now so that people can actually hear me. Ow, my foot. Oh, it's bad, man. Gaming thing. All right, come on now. Come on. There we go. There we go. That should do it. My back? We good?
I think so, yeah.
Everyone, can we hear me now? God, I hate my internet. So yeah, is it pretty bad on your end?
It's lagging a little bit now.
Yeah, I plugged it. I plugged it
Okay,
in.
cool.
All right. So yes, I feel bad for poor Steve over there. He's trying to hear me, and it's like, nope. All right, man.
It's
Well, I
all
will
good.
talk to you later. Thank you so very much. I'm sorry that my internet's being stupid. They're probably working on it. So I will talk to you later. Thank you so very much for coming on the show, and I will see you later, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Hopefully soon I'll be on your show
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to have you on
where shit
sometime.
actually will work.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. See you later, man.
Peace.
Anytime, dude. Yeah, maybe. Peace. Everyone, that was Steve Coates from Bucket of Chum podcast, which you can see. He's on Instagram. I'm pretty sure he's on YouTube as well. Go check him out. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, do it. You won't be disappointed. Like, comment, and hit the notification icon, as it does help this channel grow. And then, we can say we're a bigger channel than we already are. We're at 65 subscribers, and I got to thank all my subscribers, all my supporters, the ones that make this channel the way it should be, and keep me to a higher standard so that my stuff isn't crap. Thank you so very much. I'm going to be doing interviews again next week as well. So I'm going to try and do some more pre-recorded stuff for Buzzsprout. Hopefully I'll get to that. If not, I'm sorry. What else was I going to say? Oh, and I'm working on a new trailer because, not part of a network anymore. So thank you so very much. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification icon, and, who knows? We'll build this thing together. Thank you so very much. Love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you all next time.